Hello, Westland High School, and welcome to The Breakdown, brought to you by WLHSNow.com.
We're going to show you the most important things happening in your school right now and what you need to be watching out for in the future.
I'm Keaton Straub.
And I'm Connor Maloney.
And this is The Breakdown. One of the biggest traditions at Westland High School took place last month.
May Day celebrates the start of spring that includes performances and the usual May Court traditions.
Here's Catherine Stallard and Jaden O'Donnell with a closer look.
And crown bearer DJ Salad.
May Day, a 97-year-old celebration of spring, showcases student talent and deep-running traditions. Freshman Carly Durbin feels privileged to be a part of the ceremony by dancing in the Maypole.
And it has been happening for so long, and it's such a tradition, and it's very beloved at this school because it's such a tradition. It's been happening for so long.
Ali Sato, a princess on the court, also values the tradition.
It's cool to see, walk around the school and see all the previous May Day queens and courts and stuff, and I've always just wanted to be a part of that.
While continuing the tradition is important, Ali Sato says the most memorable part of May Day is the memories it brings.
I think meeting or getting to know better all the people on the court and just having a good time and goofing around with all the people on the court is probably what I remember most.
In case you missed it, watch the entire performance on demand at WLHSNow.com/live. Reporting for WLHS Now, this is Jaden O'Donnell and Catherine Stallard.
If you want to experience May Day again, you can purchase digital downloads of both performances at vimeo.com/WLHS broadcast.
In the performing arts news, shorts just finished up.
Student directors have been presenting shorts for the past 18 years. Here's Camden Kennedy and Derek Swartz with the story.
Want to be entertained but can't handle the length of orthodox plays? Shorts are a series of student-directed one-act plays which are being performed in the Black Box Theater.
So, as a director, I'm in charge of everything. I picked the show, and I have to come up with the sets and the basics for sound and lighting and set and all that. And then I go ahead and tell all the designers what I want, and they make my vision come true in a way.
Plunkett's not the only one whose vision is becoming a reality. There are 4 student-directed shorts, each with its own distinct cast.
My favorite part of acting is getting into the character and basically being someone else for the day.
As student actors and directors work towards making their vision a reality, you can just sit back and enjoy.
They're usually really funny. Hopefully, they're really funny. I can't guarantee anything, but we do have some really talented people here, and they're always a hoot and a howl. And I think you should always come with an open mind, because sometimes the shows might be a little weird or a little stylistic, but that's the best time to play with it, is at shorts.
Reporting for WLHS Now, this is Camden Kennedy and Derek Swartz.
Performing to sold-out crowds in the Black Box, shorts was as popular as ever.
In academic news, the Early Birds class Culinary Arts is just wrapping up.
The class came together to make omelets for the superintendent and school administrators. Here's Carson Steinbrenner and Rory Cheevers with a closer look at the Culinary Arts class.
I already plugged them in. We're plugging in these two.
Culinary Arts at Westland High School is a semester-long class that aims to enhance the students' ability to cook a variety of different foods from a variety of backgrounds.
It's an early bird class that meets about once a month that talks about basic food safety, just food in general, and we cook food at home and do a other project.
It consists of 18 weeks of cooking. Each week is a different genre of food. And students start out at the skill level that they begin with, and then they choose progressively harder recipes and recipes that are at their level of cooking. Well, they get to choose in the food genre, but they get to choose the recipe for the week. They get to choose when they cook. It's due midnight on Sunday, and so they have all week to cook. The assignments come out on Monday, so they have all week to cook, so that's kind of freeing. And then they pretty much have a lot of free reign on what they cook.
This ability to choose is one of the things that make the class so popular.
I actually enjoy the class. I have friends in that class, and Miss Erickson is great at teaching the class.
For students wanting a hands-on experience, Culinary Arts may just be the answer. Reporting for WLHS Now, this is Carson Steinbrenner and Roy Cheevers.
Man, I'm gonna have to find out when that next omelet day is. Those sure do look good.
You'll have to talk to Dr. Erickson about that. Speaking of teachers, Mr. Brown, a social studies teacher, has been at Westland for only 3 years, but has already become very well known.
Here's Bryce Brown and Dylan Johnson with more about Mr. Brown.
Here we go. Take your seats for me, please. Take your seats for me. Put away your smart devices. You don't need them. The only smart device you need is this one right yonder.
Ever had a teacher who does things or says things you just can't explain?
Francis should go suck a lime? Like what?
Let's get this train rolling.
For students at Westland, that teacher is Mr. Brown.
I grew up in Northern California in a town known as Eureka, California. It has about 30,000 people. I went to Eureka High School. I like to work with wood. I like to play with my dog, and I like to eat, man.
Mr. Brown has only spent 3 years at school and already has a following between his students. Everyone can't seem to be able to answer the mystery of Mr. Brown.
I do hear some students saying, "Oh, I have Mr. Brown today. Please help me."
I know that he has a twin sister. I know that he's from Eureka. I know that he's liberal.
This one kid lined up at the door, and Mr. Brown stared at him for almost 6.5 minutes. I timed it.
He's watching me.
Not just students, but teachers can't quite work out what's in his head either.
Occasionally I'll hear several loud slams and some screaming.
I think the mystery is in his eyes.
I hear that he threatens to overtake our class.
His presence in Westland defies all explanation, but all will be revealed now. What is the secret of Mr. Brown?
I am strict to begin with, but as kind of the classroom community builds, then things kind of soften up, and that I think that allows for a more lighthearted classroom atmosphere.
Mr. Brown teaches students by making sure they enjoy their learning, meaning he'll be a bit unconventional.
I always think that talking about fruit and stuff like that gets in and go, wait, what did he just say?
Not only is it impressive that he has already made such a mark as a teacher, but he also excels as a teacher for AP classes.
That's a lot of responsibility for someone that's fresh into the field, but he did very fine work with those kids. They scored extremely well on their AP exam.
I felt like I was more productive when I had him as a teacher.
Mr. Brown continues to inspire many hardworking students and uses his own quirky charm to make the experience memorable. And that's how students really learn, leaving people with a unique impression.
This train ain't stopping.
Reporting for WLHS Now, this is Bryce Brown.
Awesome. Now you've seen some highlights from this year's May Day, as well as what to expect from the elective Culinary Arts.
You've taken a look behind the scenes of the student-directed shorts.
And maybe you've gotten a new perspective on Mr. Brown.
With WLHSNow.com, I'm Keaton Straub.
And I'm Connor Maloney.
And this was The Breakdown.